Welcome back to the InScentive Collection. I be the host, Brandon, and today we are getting back into the house of Ex Nihilos. Yeah! Now, if you didn't know, man, it got my jaw. That is nuts. Sorry about that, guys. If you didn't know, Ex Nihilos means out of nothing. So these fragrances were created out of nothing. I think that's pretty cool. We're not gonna waste a whole lot of time. Today we have Blue Talisman, the Extrait Parfum. And I smelled Musk Ravager and Promise, which were very strong. And I'm getting to another strong fragrance. So just know I love the game. I love the game. Now, on the back side, because it does have the notes, which I think is really, really dope. You have Poirier, Flower de Orange de Bos de Santal. So it's orange and Santal. Or Orange Blossom Santal. Oh, there it is right there. Pear, Orange Blossom, and Santal. Just read the whole thing. You'll be fine. I don't know if you guys can see that. But anyway, it has it up top in French. I'm assuming that's French. And then up bottom, yeah, Santal is French. And then in the bottom in English. So we're going to go ahead, unpack it. Bam. I didn't unsheath it, but you just have to imagine it. It's another clear fragrance. Another clear fragrance. So that's no knock to it. It's just, I like my fragrances with a little country grammar. Here's the bottle. Bam. Here's the bottle. All right. So you've seen it. I like the caps. The bottles are kind of, I don't know. Maybe in person they look a little better, but I like the cap. I think the cap is cool. So we're gonna get this. I didn't want to spray too much. I'm dying over here today. All right, so. Just like the original signature Blue Talisman, the Extrait has been designed as an immersive journey into the precious jewel and invites you to lose yourself in a kaleidoscope of sensation. Bewitching and multifaceted, this creation embodies the house of avant-garde spirit through its ultimate version. The perfumer is Jordi Fernandez. Man, it's blue on white. All right, here we go. The Extrait de Parfum intensifies the original creation with a deeper, more powerful notes. Jasmine, Sambac blends with orange blossom, revealing a warm, rounded, and solar tonalities. The base enriched with, I can't even read that. Oh, vanilla and sandalwood become more textured, captivating. It enhances the fragrance intensity and creates an addictive allure. In the top notes, you have pear, bergamot. On the in the heart, you have orange blossom, jasmine. In the base, you have sandalwood, musk, vanilla, and ambroxan and amber. I don't know why the box doesn't have all the notes. That's just strange. So this is a soapy sandalwood fragrance. Ew. I don't. This is making my stomach turn. When I initially smelled it, I was like, oh, okay. But as it's developing, the pear, I'll say this. There's a pear note in here that is really saving this. But like, soapy sandalwood is just, oh man. When I smell this, I think of like surgical tools. I don't know what that's about. Okay. It's coming along. It's coming along. Um, there's something off-putting about it. It might just be a profile I don't really gel with all that much. This is interesting. Um, Hmm. I don't like this. I'm trying to figure out why. There's something about it that I just, let's see. Pear Bergamot, Orange Blossom Jasmine, Sandalwood, Vanilla Musk, Ambroxan, and Ambery Woods. Maybe it's the amber because I don't really like amber accords. Hmm. There's something redemptive coming out. I think the pear, gracious, I think the pear is helping it. Hmm. So far, the first two fragrances I smelled were a lot better. Um, there's something sour in here. Like as it's settling, I might be able to identify a little bit more. There's something sour that feels like it's going against the smoothness of the fragrance. I don't know. There's like it seems like you know, 60 or 75% of the fragrance is going this way, and then there's a part of it that's going that way. You have sandalwood, you have jasmine. Those are very like smooth, powdery, creamy, vanilla, musk. Those are very, you know. And then I'm guessing it's the bergamot, even jasmine. Like they're all smooth fragrances. Amber isn't really smooth like those are, so maybe it's the amber bergamot. Yeah, it just it smells like I don't want to say a mistake. It smells like something that's not finished. Like it smells like something that is like one of the notes wasn't like cooked properly. And it also smells kind of stale. This is interesting. Like I said, when I first smelled it, it was like, oh, let's uh let's do the opening again. Yeah. It's very bright, very prickly, sweet, lemony. There's like a lemony sweetness to it. And then yeah, it definitely turns into something that's a little bit more smoother, a little creamier. Maybe it's just the mid, because it starts off one way and it's ending a completely different direction. So maybe the mid is like disagreeable because of how big the change is. Hmm. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know if I've smelled a fragrance that I like the opening. The dry down is not bad. Like it's smooth, but somewhere in the middle, somewhere that transition is rough. I think you have to hmm. Yeah, these smell totally different. Wow. Yeah, you really got to figure out what part you're in it for. I think you should at least like 2/3 of the fragrance. Um, and I think the dry down is the most important part because that's the part that's gonna stick with you. So you got to really like the mid, and you got to really like or the opening. But the opening and mid, and wow. I'd have to let this dry down a little bit more because I'm curious. I'm not sure how. Wow, no, Frederic Lamal's fragrances are beautiful. Sheesh. And it's running laps around this. This isn't bad. What I will say is, how much is this? What I will say is you should definitely figure out what part you're in it for. So yeah, this is this is $4.90. And there's also like an ashy, like, to my nose. I'm not saying a lot of people get this, but I'm getting like a cigarette vibe, but not tobacco. It's like an ashy harshness. It's certainly creative. It's certainly different. It certainly changes over time. It's certainly a strong fragrance, something that's going to last. It's doing a lot of weird things though, that I don't traditionally smell in perfumery. That's not a bad thing. I don't want to come off as like this is a bad fragrance. I don't think it's a bad fragrance. Dang, they still smell so differently. Yeah, this is starting it's starting to get into the deeper part of the Drydown, I guess, and I'm getting more of that ashy. It's kind of astringent. I got to figure out where this lands. The opening is good. I don't really like the mid at all. The Drydown makes a lot of sense. The Drydown is more fundamental. Um, I don't like the journey. I don't like the journey. Interesting. It's a fascinating fragrance, to be honest. I am Blue Talisman kind of reminds me of Jackie Chan Adventures. Yeah. Jade. Let's look at the Parfum. How different is that? Is this loading or what's going on here? So the Parfum is okay. So it's about $100 less. I'm not getting any information. Oh, okay. We're just gonna go ahead and skip it. This review's going a long time. This fragrance is still changing. Um, I don't know. This one's different. Um, I would definitely recommend Hedonist, and I can't remember the other one was, but I would definitely recommend that Gold Immortal. I would definitely recommend those. I think this one is the most niche out of them. That pear note. There's a sweet pear in here that I really, really like. It's so good that it kind of makes me want to be like, forget the rest. But then there's this harsh, astringent nature to it that is hard for me to let go. Like it's hard for me to just let that part rock out. Yeah, I would say get your nose on this. Get your nose on it. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. This video's gone on way longer than what I anticipated it to be. I'm curious. I'm curious now because this is definitely off the beaten path that the other two fragrances were on. And by the way, Hedonist to me smells like Dolce smells like Blue de Chanel. Like I mean I don't know why people aren't saying that. It smells like Blue de Chanel. It's kind of amazing. The Drydown anyway. But yeah, those are my thoughts and my opinions. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. If you've tried this. It's certainly the most interesting fragrance I smelled today. It's not bad. It's not bad. I just think that it's a niche fragrance. I think you gotta really, if you like it, you'll probably love it. If you're on the fence about it, it's probably gonna be a tough sell. It's probably gonna be a tough sell if you're on the fence. I don't know too many pear fragrances, so I really can't compare this to anything. Um, but as far as like jasmine, sandalwood fragrances, I mean, I could think of 10 fragrances that would run laps around this. But again, the pear I really like. I really like. you know, it's interesting because it's like it's sweet, but like I feel like the astringent aspect of it is what leans it to be unisex. Because if it was a pear smooth fragrance, I think it would be very hard to pull off because you would just smell, you know, fruity, sweet. It's interesting. Anyway, well, let me know in the comment section below. What do you guys think? Have you tried this? Is this a fragrance that you would wear? Let me know. Um, from nothing, we have Blue Talisman. Yep, juicy pear and soft abstract musk. Juicy pear and abstract musk. I think it's getting to where it wants to be, and it's okay. Yeah, because the musk is starting to get a little bit more powdery, and I'm not getting that astringent nature that I was getting before. Man, this fragrance is a wild roller coaster. You really got to get this on scan and let me know. We'll let you and know if you like it, because it takes some time, but I'm liking it more. I think it just needed space and room. Hmm. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I will catch you in the next one. Peace.